have you ever lived in a place where someone else was living with you, but you couldn't see them? Watch till the end, because what this family experienced inside a girls' college will haunt you forever. Since my childhood until today, many strange incidents have happened to me. This is a story from a college. My brother got a job at a college where there were also residential quarters for the staff. A long time after my marriage, I went to stay with my brother because he asked for my help in settling in, and I agreed. I moved there with my husband and children. I had also completed my graduation from that same college. There were 2 very old trees there, and even back then, the place was known to be haunted. At that time, people avoided coming there at night, but now we had to live there. I thought about telling my brother, but then I stayed quiet, thinking he might make fun of me. We lived there for a few days, and initially, everything was fine. But the water in our bathroom, which came from the college's pipeline, was extremely hot. Whenever we turned on the tap, steam would come out. The weather of the city wasn't even that hot for the water to be like that. Whenever guests came and used the bathroom, they would scream and run out in fear. We started storing water beforehand and used that instead. One day, when I went to take a bath, a very strong perfume smell started coming from the water. I told my brother, but he said that was impossible. I took him with me, turned on the tap, and the strong fragrance came again. Even my brother was shocked. Once I was sitting with my niece and my daughter. Evening had turned into night, and everyone else had gone to my mother's house. I was very devoted to my religion, so when I got up to pray, I saw a man. He was wearing a light brown suit, and his height was taller than my door. He ran past the front of the door. I distracted the children so they wouldn't get scared, and then went to pray. Later, the children asked what that was. I told them it was nothing, just someone in a hurry passing by, calm but eerie. One night, my niece and sister-in-law went to the washroom. In the morning, my niece said, "Dad, what were you talking about last night?" I asked her what she meant. She said her father was talking to her, but he was not there at all. We were all confused. Build tension. A few days later, I went to the washroom and saw my brother coming out, smiling and waving at me as he went toward his room. I waved back. My daughter woke up and said she needed to go to the washroom. The distance between the room and the washroom was about 3 to 4 yards. I took her there and told her not to be afraid and that I was standing nearby. Then I went inside. When I came out, I called her and asked if she was scared. She said, "No, Mama, Uncle is with me." I asked, "Where is he?" She said, "He went toward the tree near the washroom." I followed that direction, but then I remembered that my brother had just gone to his room. We went to his room and knocked on the door. He came out immediately. My daughter got very scared. I told her not to be afraid. In my heart, I prayed that whatever was there should not disturb us. We lived there for about a year. We even enjoyed our time, especially during winter nights when my sisters would visit, and we would sit around a fire. My brother used to go to the college at night and patrol the area, sometimes taking his sons with him. One day, around 10 or 10:30 in the morning, college girls were coming and going. We were not allowed to enter the campus at that time. I was lying near the window watching them when suddenly my entire body became extremely cold, as if I had been thrown into a tub of ice. My husband came, took his shaving kit, and went outside to shave. I tried calling him, but no voice came out. I kept lying there and started reciting whatever prayers I remembered. After about half an hour, my husband returned. While I was still praying, suddenly my body jerked and warmth returned. I sat up. I told my husband that I had been calling him many times, but he said he did not hear anything. My condition was so bad that my sister-in-law returned from my mother's house. When I told them everything, they were shocked. My sister-in-law had many chickens, and I had 2 chicks that I had raised with love. While talking, we noticed that the chicken cage was empty. We searched everywhere but could not find them. Around 4 or 4:30 in the evening, we found them in the nursery. Their bodies were there, but their heads were missing. When we first arrived, the nursery was dry. I had taken care of it and watered it daily, and it became green again, full of jasmine flowers. Strange figures were often seen there. Once, my daughter screamed. She said she saw my niece Jessica near the window with 2 braids, but when she looked again, there were no eyes, no nose, no mouth. One morning at 6 o'clock, while I was praying, A completely black boy grabbed my hand and said, "Now tell me, who will save you?" I replied, "My God." He started laughing. I asked my husband for his phone to call someone who was treating me spiritually. When I sat on the sofa, my room suddenly became extremely long, as if it stretched all the way to the nursery wall. I went there and tried to call. My husband asked why I was calling so late at night. Then suddenly, I woke up. The next day, my husband had a very high fever. He started shaking violently. I placed my hand on him and started praying. In his sleep, he said, "Look, that man is here. Listen to what he is saying." I asked what he was saying. He replied, "He is saying, give one, give two." I told him to refuse and to pray that we find another house and leave this place. In the morning, my husband told me he had seen a dream. He said a child was standing on the roof and throwing big balls at us, and we were trying to avoid them. Then a man on a bicycle came and said, "Give one, give two, give three." But in the dream, I had stopped him and refused. Later, my sister-in-law said she had also seen a dream. A man came with a large bag full of gold, silver, and diamonds and said, "Take this and leave this place." That night, we all made the intention that we wanted nothing, only a new home so we could leave. One night, my brother was sitting in the college with his friends when suddenly the windows started opening and closing violently. He understood something was wrong and immediately brought his friends back home. Many times, I saw my brother outside in the college, and at the same time, I saw him coming from inside the house. An owl often used to sit on the wall. After 18 months, we finally found another house and moved out. The man in my husband's dream who was saying, "Give one, give two, give three," was actually referring to our family members. If my husband had agreed, we might have lost our lives. After moving out, nothing strange ever happened again. If you enjoy dark horror stories like this, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because the next story might be even more terrifying.